You ready?
Yes.
Okay, now. You can go ahead and start.
We are pleased to have you with us today to celebrate scholarship at West Virginia University School of Nursing. Now, a celebration is a moment in time set aside for attending to what is important. It is about gathering together to recognize that which we celebrate, namely scholarship. At this celebration, we pay tribute to Dr. Lorita D. Jenab, who served as the second dean of the School of Nursing for 24 years. In 1992, when she retired from the deanship, the faculty established the Lorita D. Jenab Lectureship as a living tribute to recognize her contributions to the School of Nursing and to the state of West Virginia. This is the 14th biannual celebration of the Jenab Lectureship. There is a short story about Dr. Jenab in your program. As you read it, you will see that her story is about making a deliberate choice to venture out of the state of West Virginia to Cleveland, Ohio, and then to New York City to earn the requisite degrees so that she would be prepared to live the role of leader in nursing at West Virginia. Hence, the focus of the lecture is on leadership. Her leadership story is one of commitment, integrity, and courage. Dr. Jenab cannot be with us tonight. She is not well. Now for a word about scholarship. It is the central focus of what we gather to celebrate tonight. Scholarship represents a value and commitment held dear by academic nursing. It is both the advancement of knowledge in research and putting knowledge to use in teaching and practice. By this, I mean fostering understanding, comprehension, and application of facts in promoting human health, fostering well-being, and relieving suffering. This is what nursing is about, making a difference in the health and quality of people's lives. That is, the lives of people who we serve as nurses. So, in a nutshell, scholarship is about advancing and applying knowledge to what we hold dear in nursing. I invite you to hold on to this theme as you listen to and attend to this program celebrating scholarship. You will hear a distinguished scholar in nursing, our speaker, who will deliver the lecture on leadership. You will bear witness to the scholarship of outstanding students and participate in the induction of new members into Sigma Theta Tau. And so it is time for us to begin. Dr. Tara Halsey, Dean of the School of Nursing, will now welcome you and introduce the speaker. Dean Halsey.
Good evening, faculty, students, and friends. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the virtual Lorita D. Jenab Lectureship and School of Nursing Award and Scholarship presentations. We will also be inducting the newest members of Alpha Rho Chapter of Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society. We are happy to have you here with us to celebrate some of the best and brightest nursing students. Joining us are our School of Nursing faculty members. I have always known that they are a very dedicated and hardworking, knowledgeable, and experienced group whose skill at educating greatly contributes to the success of our students. But what I've learned through this pandemic is just how very committed that they are to not only our students, but to the nursing profession and to the communities that we serve. We are incredibly fortunate to have some of the best nurses in the country working side by side with us at West Virginia University. This evening, I have the privilege of introducing this year's speaker, Dr. Joyce Fitzpatrick. Dr. Fitzpatrick is inaugural director of the Marion K. Shaughnessy Nurse Leadership Academy and Elizabeth Brooks Ford Professor of Nursing at the Francis Payne Bolton School of Nursing at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio, where she was dean from 1982 until 1997. She earned a BSN from Georgetown University, a master's in science in psychiatric mental health nursing from The Ohio State University, a PhD in nursing from New York University, and a master's in business administration from Case Western Reserve. In 2020, she was appointed Distinguished University Professor at Case Western Reserve. Dr. Fitzpatrick has received a number of nursing awards, numerous, and honors, and is widely published in nursing and healthcare literature with more than 400 publications and including more than 80 books. Currently, she edits the journals Applied Nursing Research and the Archives in Psychiatric Nursing. Dr. Fitzpatrick has made significant contributions in the leadership of scholarship and nursing and practice. Her accomplishments have made her one of the most recognized leaders in the profession. I highly regard her and respect her, and I introduce you now to Dr. Joyce Fitzpatrick.
Thank you very much, Dean Housley. I'm very pleased to be here. And as you already know, there's a direct link between Cleveland and WVU, both in terms of Dr. Jenab as well as all of our work together. And what I'm going to talk about today is the values in action in leadership. And I will give you lots of examples of leadership, but I'm going to give you advice at the beginning of the presentation, and that is that leadership matters and relationships matter. You heard Dr. Smith identify 3 values that Dr. Jenab characterized in her work: commitment, integrity, and courage. So if you do not remember anything else, remember leadership is about commitment, integrity, and courage. So I want to move forward now. If you would move the slides forward. And share with you some of the research about leadership. Leadership matters in nursing and patient outcomes. And I also want to share with you some of the characteristics of relationship-based leadership, and then give you some advice about how we should reframe our messages and our behaviors as leaders. Another important point, often we think about leaders in relation to roles, managers and executives, but we want to reframe our thinking to understand that every nurse is a leader, leading care at the point of care for patients and families, as well as leading healthcare systems and organizations. Next slide, please. So a bit about the angelfish and why I have chosen the angelfish as a symbol of understanding leadership. So obviously, angelfish are very creative. They're very colorful. And as nurses, as nurse leaders, we are very courageous and very colorful. The angelfish is known as the angel of the fish community because angelfish get along with other fish. And so if you have a fish bowl, you want an aquarium, you want an angelfish. Angelfish symbolize transformation and strength, creativity, and courage, and represent a deeper awareness of the higher self. If you look at the literature and you look at the spiritual meaning of angelfish, you will find that symbolically they represent a deeper awareness of the higher self. And in fact, that is how we understand ourselves as nurses. Our commitment to patients, families, and communities is about helping individuals to achieve health and wellness, to move beyond their current state into an understanding of health and wellness. Next slide, please. What we do know about the research is that over the last several years, there have been about 19 patient outcome variables that have been studied in relation to leadership. We know that leadership makes a difference in patient safety, in adverse events, in complications of care and healthcare utilization. But we also know that there's a need for continued systematic research on leadership. And so we invite you all to think about your work as nurse scholars and nurse leaders to determine how you can make a difference in the world of scholarship. Next slide, please. Again, just a summary of the research. We know that there's a decrease in fragmented care, an increase in quality, patient satisfaction, engagement, and a need for continuous monitoring through examples such as rounding and formal and informal continuous education of nurses. And we also know that nurses and nurse leaders need to overcome significant barriers. Well, enough about the research. To move forward, I think it's important that we as nurses, and particularly during our recovery from this pandemic, we as nurses leading patients and families, and as leading communities, and in fact, leading the world, we need to recognize that we're all in the same storm, but not always in the same boat. So as nurses, we need to help people to understand our societal commitment to each other so that in fact, we can be in the same boat. Next slide, please. Some of the characteristics of relationship-based leadership that we need to understand, because in fact, nursing is about relationships. So there are many models of leadership, but the ones that are characterized by relationships are the ones that resonate with our discipline. So these include transformational leadership, resident leadership, authentic leadership, and servant leadership. And the characteristics of relationship-based leadership are leaders are visionary, they're inspiring, they're empowering, they're engaging, innovative, ethical, and of course, they have excellent communication skills. So we need to ask ourselves what works as relationship-based leaders. Well, we know from the research that's been done in leadership science, what works is we first need to lead ourselves before we can lead others. And leading ourselves requires us to ask ourselves, what are our core values? What do we believe is the most important thing? And of course, as nurses, we have some shared core values like integrity, like health, and of course, like caring for others. Next slide. So as you think about yourself and as you look in the mirror, ask yourself, what are your core values? What characterizes you as a leader, whether you're leading the patient at the point of care as a clinical nurse, or whether you're leading hundreds of other nurses or whether you're leading a major organization like the World Health Organization. So the first step in developing leadership is, in fact, identifying your own attributes and values. Next slide, please. So what we know works is building relationships, and it's about more than understanding things and understanding others. It's about making people feel understood. So it's not enough to understand them, but it's about helping them to understand themselves as you relate to them. Next slide, please. We also know that coaching works, and there's a lot of literature now in nursing, in leadership science in nursing, about coaching as a model for developing leadership. Coaching involves active listening, asking questions, giving feedback, and recognizing performance. And isn't that what we do every day as nurses? We actively listen to our patients, we ask questions, we give them feedback about their health and how they can improve their health, and we recognize when, in fact, something works for them. Next slide, please. So in order to lead others, again, we need to lead ourselves, develop self-awareness and self-understanding to get to self-transformation and self-mastery. Next slide, please. We do know that in order to lead others, we first need to lead ourselves. There is a new development in the nursing science literature on authentic nurse leadership. So most of the scientific literature on leadership comes from other disciplines like organizational behavior and management and psychology. But recently, through the work of Dr. Mulligan, there is a nursing theory of authentic nurse leadership that includes 5 major attributes, which will make sense to you as characterizing nurses and nurse leaders. Self-awareness is the first characteristic. Moral courage, moral and ethical courage. We've heard a lot about the moral courage of nurses during the pandemic, that nurses who got up every day and went and cared for patients took a lot of moral courage. Relational integrality. The relationship matters, and the ability to integrate that relationship into your work as a leader. Shared decision-making is the 4th component of Mulligan's theory of authentic nurse leadership. And again, as nurses, we share decision-making with a team of other professionals, as well as with our patients. And lastly, the component of caring. And caring is an important part of what Mulligan describes. Next slide, please. So we have to ask ourselves what works, and we know that leaders are always under construction. We are always about improving ourselves as nurses and as leaders. And coaching, to go on, is about, to the next line, is a deliberate process to help leaders to become even more collegial, more team players, to support them to succeed, to build trusting relationships, to learn from everything they do, and to have action and results. So one thing that I think is very important as we move through our experience of the post-pandemic, and the next slide, please, which often talk about thinking outside of the box as nurse leaders. And I would encourage you to think as if there is no box, because there are no limits on what you as individual nurses and you as leaders of nursing can do. Next slide, please. So some suggestions about what you can do to learn more about leadership. There are leadership journals. There are 2 particular journals in nursing. Nurse Leader, and Jonah, Journal of Nursing Administration, that give you journal alerts. You can network with other nurse leaders, whether they're leaders on your unit or whether they're your former faculty or your future colleagues, and seek feedback from leadership colleagues, and of course, join leadership organizations. Of course, we are, next slide, please, focused on the future and the need for research on various aspects of relationship-based leadership and opportunities to link nursing leadership to positive outcomes for both nurses and patients and families. Next slide, please. And of course, again, during this time, this past year, we have all challenged our own beliefs about our societies, our lives, our work as nurses and healthcare professionals. Challenges that have been good for us. Often we don't have the answers as leaders, but the challenge is to learn from those experiences. Next slide, please. To build resilience through increasing your social capital on teams, to be sure you're inclusive, to invest in yourself, to engage in self-reflection, and importantly, have trust, transparency, and teamwork, the three important values. And lastly, I want to summarize by recommending a book, How to Lead, Wisdom from the World's Game Changers. And this includes individuals such as Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, names you would know, Oprah Winfrey, and Nancy Pelosi. And what they talk about in this book is how they built self-reliance, how they focused on innovation and change, how they built their capacity for decision-making, and importantly, how they lived through crises as leaders. So again, I want to end by referring you back to Dr. Smith's opening comments about Dr. Jenab. If you don't remember anything else, commitment, integrity, and courage. Three core values that as nurses, we think are extremely important to our everyday work. Commitment, integrity, and courage. That characterizes all of us as nurses. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Fitzpatrick. Your words, as always, were very inspiring. I think my personal big, huge mini take homes, but maybe the top two might be the hierarchy of leading self, because I just truly believe that if we don't take care of ourselves, then we're not capable really of successfully taking care of anyone else. And that really resonates with me. And then the other really big thing for me is the think outside of the box. And the pandemic has broken down the box. And as you said, think as there is no box, because truly right now, there is no box. And so it's wide open. And I really appreciate your time and your experience. Again, just think the world of you. And thank you so much for being here with us and sharing your thoughts and advice and expertise.
Thank you.
Next, we'll move on to the presentation of Nurse Practitioner Award for Preceptor Excellence. This award is in recognition of the invaluable role that preceptors have in educating our nurse practitioner students. The integration of application of knowledge to care for patients in a real-world setting is essential to learning the role of advanced practice nurse. Current students in our nurse practitioner programs submitted nominations for this award based on characteristics of preceptor excellence, and a graduate faculty committee made decisions on the award. Tonight, we're giving the award to two preceptors. The award for the 2019-20 Preceptor of Excellence goes to Chad Hott. Chad went above and beyond during the two challenging semesters of our pandemic and precepted APRN students well over 1,000 hours. In addition to serving as preceptor, He is recognized for the many contributions he makes to the state and broader global community while being an entrepreneur of a nurse practitioner-owned clinic, Trinity Family Healthcare. He certainly is a role model for aspiring and active advanced practice nurses. The 2020-21 Preceptor of Excellence Award is going to Bobby Morrison. Bobby has been a preceptor since 2013, and her nominator said, Bobby is a strong patient advocate and has a passion for patient care as well as teaching and mentoring. Over the years, she has consistently averaged more than 500 hours a year. Without fail, Bobby precepts our students, and I can always count on her to take an extra student when placements become difficult, as it has happened many, many times during this pandemic. Bobby is a family nurse practitioner with West Virginia Health Right in Charleston. She runs the Hep C clinic and participates in the clinic's MAT program. Bobby epitomizes the spirit of volunteerism and giving back to future NPs through her teaching and her training. Please join me in congratulating Chad and Bobby, and thank you both for your extreme commitment and leadership and mentorship that you show our nurse practitioner students. I very much appreciate you. I would now like to introduce Dr. Roger Carpenter, who is the director of our honors program, and he is going to present our awards and scholarships. Dr. Carpenter.
Thank you. At this time, I will read the names of the students who are receiving awards and scholarships. The BSN Senior Student Award for Excellence, Caitlin Coleman. The BSN Junior Student Award for Excellence, Rachel Lamb. The BSN Sophomore Student Award for Excellence, Rebecca Carter. The RN to BSN Student Award for Excellence, Cassie Chaja. The Dr. Patsy Hessen Hoslam Public Health Nursing Award, Sarah Kane. The PhD Alumni Award for Leadership, Billy Vance. The DNP Alumni Award for Leadership, Jessica Wukosh. The DNP Alumni Award for Leadership, Sarah Kennedy. The Anna Mary Miller Memorial Nursing Scholarship and the Patrick and Ruth Smith Nursing Scholarship, Stacy Russell. The Charles Cotton Memorial Scholarship, the Natalie and Wes Bush Scholarship, and the Ostro Graduate Student Scholarship, Justin Combs. The Hazel Ann Johnson Graduate Nursing Scholarship and the Cynthia Wegley and David Barnett Nursing Scholarship, Alexis Roberts. The Hazel Ann Johnson Graduate Nursing Scholarship, the Barbara Ann Neal Nursing Scholarship, and the Margaret Faye Perry Nursing Scholarship, Andrea Van Meter. The Betty Maria Smith Graduate Scholarship and the Beulah Webb Nursing Scholarship, Brianna Haynes. The Cynthia Wegley and David Barnett Nursing Scholarship, Tammy Glover. The Anito Family Scholarship, Christina Ferraro. The Shirley Bell Memorial Scholarship, Eliza Simmons. The Thomas and Mary M. Beery Scholarship and the Heather Miller Memorial Scholarship, Ateria Walker. The Phyllis Christine Gango Cody Nursing Scholarship, Christopher Motes. The Phyllis Christine Gango Cody Nursing Scholarship, Angelina Pisani. The Helene Fold Health Trust Award, Alexa Collins. The Helene Fold Health Trust Award, Tabitha Reif. The Helene Fold Health Trust Award, Leslie Williams. The Amy Pratt Hartman Scholarship, Carmen Ketterman. The Hazel Johnson Nursing Scholarship, Kayla King. The Hazel Johnson Nursing Scholarship, Petra Newkirk. The Hazel Johnson Nursing Scholarship, Alexis Rowe. The Jenny Jones Memorial Nursing Scholarship, Danielle Hansard. The Nola Matthews Nursing Scholarship, Felicia Gano. The Nola Matthew Nursing Scholarship, Kaylee Robinson. The McKinney Shaw Nursing Scholarship, Sydney Harsh. The Catherine Relihan Memorial Scholarship, Christian Kittle. The June N. Satterfield Scholarship, Kira Bircher. The June N. Satterfield Scholarship, Olivia Groves. The Betty Maria Smith Undergraduate Scholarship, Roberta Young. The Ida W. Smith Memorial Nursing Scholarship, Tori Benjamin. The Geraldine Core Willis Scholarship, Lucas Thompson. The West Virginia Nurses Association Scholarship, Monica Hyde. The West Virginia University School of Nursing Alumni Association Scholarship, Gina Bradford. The West Virginia University School of Nursing Opportunity Scholarship, Jennifer Bible. And the West Virginia University School of Nursing Opportunity Scholarship, Adriana Fleming. And that concludes the awards and scholarship recipients.
Oh my goodness. Look at all of our scholarships. I am just touched beyond belief. I am so thankful for the generosity and support of our School of Nursing. These scholarships are so important. So many of these students would not be able to achieve their dream of becoming a nurse without your support. And it's humbling. And my utmost thanks to all of you. Tonight, we are also welcoming the new inductees into the Alpha Rho chapter of Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing. Sigma Theta Tau International members demonstrate excellence in scholarship and exceptional achievements in nursing. And it is truly an honor to be part of such a respected and professional organization. It is a wonderful organization. It has meant a lot to me. I served on the board of directors for 4 years, and it was life-changing. It is very much an honor to be a part of this, and I'm really excited for our students who are going to be inducted tonight. So at this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Logan Barnett, who's president of our Alpha Rho chapter of Sigma Theta Tau International.
Thank you for that introduction, Dr. Halsey. I appreciate it. Good afternoon from Morgantown, West Virginia. My name is Logan Barnett. I'm the current president of our Alpha Rho chapter here at West Virginia University of the Sigma Theta Tau. We'd like to welcome you all to our virtual induction ceremony this year. This includes our Morgantown campus members that we're inducting. I believe a few of the satellite sites are conducting their own inductions this year. We want to thank you all for coming to celebrate this with us. And if you're tuned in, you know we're streaming on live on YouTube. So that's how you can get a hold of this and watch it. And I believe it'll be recorded for later. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems so. There it goes. Okay. Just for well, that was my entry. All right, here we go. So let's begin our induction then. For more than 90 years, Sigma has been recognizing and celebrating excellence in scholarship, leadership, and service within nursing and midwifery. The Honor Society, now known as Sigma, was founded as Sigma Theta Tau in 1922 by our 6 nursing students at Indiana University. From those 6 founding members, our organization now includes more than 135,000 members, more than 560 chapters, and we're in over 100 countries across the globe. Sigma also collaborates with global organizations to improve the health of people across the world, and that includes working with the United Nations. This offers members the opportunity to extend the reach outside of their own communities or wherever they may decide to move to. We're excited and filled with pride today to welcome our new inductees into our diverse and global membership. Sigma members are leaders at all levels of the healthcare industry. The Society only extends membership to students in baccalaureate or graduate level programs who have demonstrated superior academic achievements, academic integrity, and professional leadership potential. And we also extend invitations of membership to nurse leader candidates within communities, hospitals, and they exhibit exceptional achievements in nursing. Our membership includes top-notch nursing executives, clinicians, educators, researchers, policymakers, entrepreneurs, and others within the nursing field. You're among this distinguished group of nurses, students, and professionals who have met or exceeded the rigorous standards required to receive an invitation to join Sigma, and you truly deserve our congratulations. The leadership and scholarship that you have displayed represent the essence of the Society. Together, we are Sigma. A little bit about the organization. They originally chose the Greek letters Sigma, Theta, and Tau from the Greek words of love, courage, and honor, as they believe them to be the enduring values that are the root of the nursing profession. Here's a picture of our crest. It adorns your membership certificate as well, and these include values that remind us of our commitment. So that includes the wisdom and discernment, which you can see in the eye in the top triangle of the crest. Service, professional endeavor, and strength of leadership, which is notified as the 2 pillars on the sides, the left and the right, and then knowledge represented by the lamp that you can see at the top of the crest. Also, there's a key that's embedded in the membership pin you'll receive, reminds us of our charge to uphold love, courage, and honor as a symbol of scholarship. Some of the things you can notice about this includes the cup that denotes the satisfaction of professional life, the circle with its 6 stars representing our 6 founders, the lamp again representing knowledge, and the letters in black that give us our charge as nurses and as Sigma members. Remember that our key symbolizes your commitment to nursing excellence. And the purpose of this ceremony is not only to honor you as new members and celebrate your success, but also to serve as our pledge to you to support you through your nursing career and to be a lifelong resource to each of you. This support will come in part through the community to participate in Sigma's communities of interest, mentoring programs, and academies. You will also have access to benefits such as nursing continuing professional development courses, journals and publications, the Journal of Nursing Scholarship, Worldviews of Evidence-Based Nursing, and Nursing Centered. And the circle is a form of social media to reach out to other nurses that are part of the Sigma organization. Your induction isn't the end of your life in Sigma, the culmination of your scholarly or professional achievements. Instead, your induction signifies the beginning of your journey, the start of your involvement within a global network of peers and mentors who are here to guide and support you wherever your nursing career may take you. At this time, we'll receive our new members in. Normally, if we're in here with us, we'll have you unmute and repeat after me. But if you're at home, just repeat after me with our pledge here. I accept membership into Sigma Theta Tau International and I pledge to fulfill its commitment to nursing excellence, knowledge, service, and leadership throughout my career. All right, thank you all that I know repeated that at home that are watching. And then we would like to recognize each and every one of you as we'll pull up on our screen here now. These are new members that we'll recognize by reading your names, and you'll officially be welcomed into the Alpha Rho chapter here at WVU. Lauren Nicole Adams, Ian Dominic Avis, Sarah Catherine Bowman, Rachel Boxman, Sarah Nicole Caracciolo, Zinda Darlene Carnell, Abigail Elizabeth, Ashton Brooke Hamrick, Catherine Ann Hetman, Madison Page Hudson, Serena Johnson, Raymond Isaac Joseph, Carissa Jordan Keach, Sarah A. Krofek, Olivia Legg, Ricky Long, Nicole Danae McClure, Jenna Christine Miller, Anna Mackenzie Moore, Elizabeth Ann Morrissey, Caitlin Angelina Mullins, Alicia House Pierce, Holly Ann Recca Strong, Shelby Marissa Rice, Tabitha Ann Rife, Alexis Michelle Roberts, Melissa B. Smallwood, Madeline Lee Sparks, Glenn Staples, Nicole Marie Tripp, Courtney Beth Walker. Congratulations and welcome to Sigma. Now that you are all official members of Sigma, the opportunities to become involved, to grow and develop as leaders, and to contribute to the nursing profession are virtually endless. Personally, I have enjoyed being actively involved by running for office, communicating with peers, and using all the resources provided. Each of you will experience membership in your own way. In fact, Sigma membership is an experience that is yours to design. I hope you will make use of the many opportunities that membership has to offer. Not only do you have the opportunity to be involved locally, but there are opportunities to participate in the global organization on a regional and international level as well. So each biennium, Sigma installs a new president at the international level. At the 45th biennial convention, we proudly installed Dr. Richard Ricciardi and introduced him as the 33rd Sigma president. Each president presents a call to action to help guide members and chapters as we strive to fulfill the Sigma mission. President Ricciardi's that call asks us to infuse joy in all that we do. All healthcare workers face challenges that can trigger burnout, such as staffing shortages, incivility or violence, lack of control in the workplace, barriers to education, and misaligned policies and regulations. Instead of viewing these issues as insurmountable and inevitable, he asks us to seize the opportunity to improve our experiences and work cultures. As Sigma members, we are well positioned to infuse joy into practice in clinical, administrative, research, and policy settings. President Ricciardi's call to action highlights 3 essential elements, the ABCs that promote joy. These are awareness, balance and purpose, and co-creation. First, Dr. Ricciardi talks about awareness and including a clear understanding of the knowledge, skills, and abilities needed to fulfill our professional responsibilities and achieve our goals. When we are competent, confident, and have mastery over our work, joy can flourish. Achieving balance and purpose requires us to make time for creativity and serendipity, mindfulness and rest, activities that foster health and well-being, as well as gratitude, service to others, and philanthropy. Co-creating includes relationship building, using team science, recognizing interdependencies, having a shared mental organizational model, taking pride in one's work, and instituting policy initiatives to support a joyful organizational culture. As confident nurses acting with balance and purpose, we can take the next step to infusing joy. I would encourage you all to learn more and participate in fulfilling President Ricciardi's call to action by visiting Sigma's website, sigmanursing.org. The website includes activities for members and chapters that are designed to help infuse joy in our work. As we conclude our ceremony, I want to take a moment to recognize and thank all of you for joining us today to celebrate this moment. I'd like to congratulate and welcome all of our newest Sigma members. We welcome you into the prestigious and global network of nurses working every day to change lives and advance healthcare. Welcome aboard. And make sure you join us at our next annual business meeting. And we have a short CE that day as well going on. We'll make sure to email that link out by Zoom to all of our members.
In closing, I would like to acknowledge the committee who planned and implemented this event. Now, you will find the names of this committee in the back of the program. However, I'm going to tell you who they are. Tina Antle-Keener, Roger Carpenter, Greg Cave, Suzanne Gross, Wendy McKay, Tiffany Walker Samuels, and lastly, but not of least, is Brandy Toothman. Brandy has been instrumental in keeping us focused and moving this along from the beginning to where we are today, and we are most grateful to her. I would also like to thank Hank Carpenter, who was also very helpful with the IT arrangements. You know, it takes a village. It takes a village to pull off an event like this. And this group is a wonderful and responsible working committee who gave much time and energy to making this virtual event happen. The school is blessed to have their good work to help us make this event, the marvelous event that we have witnessed this evening. Dean Halsey talked with you some about the generosity of those who make scholarships available. I would like to also say a word about that. We are deeply grateful for the generosity of all who make scholarships available to our students. The donors of these scholarships have touched the lives of students with financial help that contributes to their study of nursing. And I do believe that this generous act will be remembered. This generous act from you, the donors, will be remembered. And someday, when they can, they will respond to help others in the way they have helped. And so in this way, the gift keeps on giving. So we have come to close of this time of celebrating scholarship. I want to thank all who've participated in the celebration. To Dr. Fitzpatrick for the inspiring lecture and her words about leadership. What I heard from Dr. Fitzpatrick's remarks was she encouraged us all to begin with leading self with strength and courage. And in the never-ending leadership process of developing self-reliance, in helping patients, families, and communities live quality of life in the work we do with nursing practice, research, and teaching. So we thank you, Dr. Fitzpatrick. To the graduate and undergraduate students for rising to the challenge of scholarship, for rising to the challenge of scholarship. We are lifted by your good work, and it is our sincere hope that you will continue the journey, always giving it your best. Continue the journey, always giving it your best. And to the audience, wherever you may be, we are so pleased to have had you with us this evening. Again, let me remind you of the reason for it all, and that is to recognize scholarship and leadership that touches the lives of those we serve in teaching, research, and practice. So again, I thank you all for participating and being with us